And welcome back to the Positive Poetry Podcast. I'm Andrew, and today I've got my friend AB.
Hey, hey, howdy, hey. Well, AB over here. Yep, at Andrew, or on Andrew's podcast.
Yeah, the Positive Poetry one.
Positive poetry. There we
We've
go.
got a few poems we wanted to bring to your attention. AB brought one up earlier. We were going to talk today about resistance and challenge,
Yep.
and he had brought one up today that I thought everybody should check out.
Yeah, it's a short but sweet one, I guess. Sure.
I liked it. I thought it had everything to do with today's topic.
Well, all right. Well, here, I suppose you want me to read it then.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. If you have to hurt in order to know, fall in order to grow, lose in order to gain, because life lessons are learned through pain.
Heck
For that
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that. Like that's like a.
It's a short one, I guess. I'm not really great with poems or all that fun stuff.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate your effort.
Yeah, you got
really.
you got quite the list there for yours.
Yeah, I
You
did.
were
I did it
making
on
it up on the fly too here a little bit ago, and
Well, with your help.
yeah, I was just throwing words out there, and yeah, maybe you were listening, maybe you weren't, but you were writing stuff down.
yeah. Well, it was an experience, and I wanted to push myself that way. Resistance
Yeah.
and challenge and stuff like
Yep.
that. So I was up for it, and it did come out. I think I'll say this one at the end. Let's just continue talking.
Sure,
more
sure.
About, I just like the idea of challenge, and we kind of had this little structure set up of how we figure this process goes. And maybe you agree, maybe you don't. We're gonna stick with it for this though. It's we're gonna set a goal. Step number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Step number 2 would then be make a decision.
Well, hold on. Let's do it with the goal. What kind of goal? Like, let's goal
Give
being
an example kind of thing.
Yeah. Goal being
For me, I've actually set a goal to gain weight.
okay.
So to put on like good, healthy,
Wow,
lean
that's
muscle
different in our
weight.
times these days.
I guess, yeah,
Now
right.
you don't hear a lot of people say, I got to gain some weight here. Well, hey, I got this fridge over there, this drawer. It's got all sorts of sweets and sugars and
Cheese.
cheese. You
Let
bet,
me
yeah.
let me add that cheese.
A bunch of
I've found
carbs
a
in there.
newfound love for cottage cheese. Gainers,
Oh, yeah.
check out cottage cheese. It adds the calories when
I'm
you.
going to have a goal of eating a half a cup of cottage cheese more a week. All right.
That's a hey, you know what? A micro goal of that. I actually am gonna have
There
that.
you
Cool.
go.
It's better than having it go to waste.
Yeah, right. Oh,
That
no,
shit
yeah,
can
no
go bad
waste.
real quick.
They say that it does, yeah. Usually I eat most of it right away anyways.
Yeah. See, oh, you must be a cottage cheese
I
lover.
like cottage cheese. you
Yeah.
bet,
Okay. See, mine's acquired. I'm acquiring the
Oh,
taste as
really?
we speak.
Yeah,
Yes. So I
yeah.
mean, it's
That was always a big
different.
calcium milk fan type of deal.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Cheese and the milk
Okay.
and the cottage cheese.
It
and,
feels like something that should be
Is-
warm.
Here's a question: is cream cheese cheese though? It's like sour cream, but
I-
not sour. It's
Would
just
you would you have it on a cracker?
I don't really care for cream cheese, so I would not like it on a cracker. Sam, I am.
That would. Well, I guess that's my standard for cheese. Huh?
That's the weird thing though. Is like I'm thinking I like all sorts of the milk and the cottage cheese and like really any other like milk substance that goes along that line except for cream
Sour
cheese.
cream?
Yeah, sour cream's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Cream cheese though, is that
Just
really
not a fan of it.
cream? Is that comes from milk? That's
Oh yeah.
just-
Oh, and it's great. Have you ever
What's
had
with the butter?
wontons?
Why not have butter? That comes from that too.
Oh, it's got a sweet taste, and it hits the sides of the tongue. It's got I'm not.
I'm gonna
You
have
know.
to give it another
Oh
chance.
boy,
I guess.
I'm gonna link a video, or I'm gonna clip one in right here.
That's a
cream
10.
cheese and cracker.
No, it's this guy who does ice cream taste testing or something like that. Have you heard of?
Oh.
It's a 10
There's
guy.
so many wonderful testing ideas I should have done on the
There-
web. Like, yeah, open up this toy and just look at it and play with the toy and say where it's from, and we'll give you all kinds of money here. Yeah,
Hey, Amazon might pay for something like that.
right. They do.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, they got an affiliate program. Is what it's called. Like this pen.
That's
This
amazing
pen. Hey, you got a chance to write with it
Fountain pen
today.
Type style.
Yeah,
Is that
fountain
right?
pen.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fountain.
What did you think about
I
it?
gotta
when
get
you
closer to
wrote
the
it?
mic here too. Whoop. There we
Oh
go.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. I thought it was great. Yeah, that was
Smooth writing.
Yeah, I need to work on my writing style, I guess. I'm a better typer than I'm a writer. That's what I know.
Ah, yeah, that's true. We're in a typing age, anyhow.
Right.
We got a camera up there.
Mhm.
Okay, well, just
Howdy up there. Got a camera over here too.
The folks in the back.
Oh,
Oh,
we got a camera up there too.
hey, yeah, that one's all me though.
Yeah, that one's all me.
Okay.
And we got the happy one over here.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You want me to get more into that one? Yeah,
Well, no, I was just
No, I
trying to
can't.
tell
I
you
can
to.
move stuff around.
Okay, yeah, just fucking make yourself at home.
Mhm.
This way that we have decided, and you're gonna come about how it works best for you. We're just using this as a mental model, okay? So, so we set a goal,
Goals are good.
whatever that goal may be. Mine's to gain weight, right?
Mhm.
And so then we make a decision.
Be happier. I definitely want to be happier.
You
in
want
the
to be
future.
happier
in
as
the
a
near
goal?
future. Yeah, that would definitely be awesome. Happier.
That is awesome. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna actually
Make
here we
more.
got-
Have more smiles and laughs.
You know that when you make a goal, you ever have this happen? In fact, you should probably lead this, but I mean, you ever have this happen? You set a goal, you set a something like that. Okay, no, let's just keep it up with a goal.
Sure.
Then we have to make a decision when it comes time to take some action.
That's the second deal.
right. So
Once you
like
make
mine
the
is to
goal-
gain weight. That means I need to hit the gym.
Yep.
So mine is to make the decision to get out of bed and go to the gym.
Or figure out which gym you're going to go to, or
Sure.
yeah, right. The decision of being like, then the next process is like, okay, how am I going to get this goal done? I have to figure
Yeah.
it, right? Like,
Yeah,
to say,
yeah, exactly.
This is
You
what I
gotta
want to
analyze
do.
it and so
Yep.
then
And
you-
now, what's the best way that I can get that done?
Yes, and then
Yeah.
at some point you have to make that decision. And in Latin, decision comes from to be cut off from, meaning you have to cut off all other things
Right.
and do that thing.
Right. That's what they say. It's like if you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to everything else.
That's right,
yeah.
and that's effective on a moment to moment basis. That's
Right.
how things roll. You know what I mean?
So the decision, but then that's the action. Is that the third one? Is it basically it's like you think about how
Well,
to
no,
do that.
here's the
and then
magnificent thing that happens is immediately when you make that decision, when you decide to cut off from all other possibilities the universe is going to toss at you.
Okay.
Here's my interpretation: is that it creates a sort of energy, and there's an equal and opposite force that comes at you. What I'm saying is, a challenge occurs. For me to get out of that bed, I have to make the decision to get out of that bed. But there's a lot of resistance that's
Oh, my.
keeping me in that bed.
Oh,
It
yeah.
feels like my body weighs 1,000 pounds some days.
And it's just so warm.
Exactly.
And
Comfortable, and to leave all of that.
Mhm.
So there's a challenge, right? Anytime you ever make a decision, the universe presents something. Maybe a test, right? Testing, challenging, whatever. Resistance is what I'm trying to present at you. So so number 3 we had AB was to accept the challenge head on.
So that you know how you're going to do it, and then you say, yep, that's how I'm going to get her done, and then you go and do it. So like
Yeah.
the third one's like the action part, then, right? Like you
The
like
third one, I was trying to highlight the phenomena of that challenge presenting itself, because don't
Right, when
view
you-
it as tuck
when-
and run. Then you know?
No, right. Well, then that's the thing. Is like you're trying to say is like when you make that goal, like make sure you remember that goal then too. Is because that goal may not be achieved in the next 30 seconds or 30 days, so that when
True,
you commit
yeah.
into
30 months.
basically wanting to achieve a goal,
Yeah.
thinking about how you're going to achieve it, then that next step, that third step is like having to go forth with that challenge, so that every day, every hour, every minute, every second, that is the choice that you have made. You've made it. Now you just have to basically walk with that decision. And so that becomes the challenging part, is because sometimes like we change our minds, or
Yeah.
something else shows up in the day,
Grass
or you get
is
a
looking greener somewhere else. Kind
yeah,
of thing.
right, yeah. So that is the challenging part, is having to make up your mind, and when you made up your mind, you got to go through with that. It's like, this is how I'm going to get that done. Like I have to wake up every morning like an hour earlier because I want to go to the gym.
Right.
It's like I challenge myself in doing that. So when that alarm goes off at 5:30, the challenge is there to say, yep, you get up and you go.
Yeah.
Get
There's,
there.
it's a 1, 2, 3. You set
Yeah.
set a goal. You got to make that decision, and you just pretty much you stick to it. We've just rephrased it. You know, and you're gonna accept the challenge. That
And then
comes up.
number 4 is
All
like, you
challenge.
go through with it. Yeah, right.
You do- yeah.
You-
Number
you-
4 is you bring it. You bring
you're
it.
just continuing to accept those challenges head on and know what your goal is. And
I got a couple cool quotes right here.
Mhm.
Okay, so first of all, from Mark Twain, getting ahead. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure he says, getting
getting
ahead.
some head, getting some head. That
The
was always
secret
fun.
to getting some head
Yeah.
is getting started. Oh, I mean, getting ahead.
There.
The secret to getting ahead is getting started. And that was brought to my attention by Mel Robbins. She's got a sweet TED Talk. She pretty much just stresses essentially that I'm not trying to summarize everything here, so it's definitely worth your time to check her out. Mel Robbins. Procrastination is stress relief. That's how I found her.
What do you mean?
It's actually the body's way of dealing with a lot of overwhelm.
Is to basically just put things off?
Yep. To try to be able to
Cope with some
refocus
stress.
with. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And so it's worth your time too. AB. It's a TED Talk. These are wonderful things on YouTube that are just essentially experts of their field get together and they
TED
I'm
Talks,
sorry.
yeah, right. If you
Yeah.
don't know what TED Talks is like, hey, welcome to the 21st century. Come on now.
Right.
They've been on
Google,
for a while.
YouTube, check out a TED Talk.
Yeah. TED
She
Talks.
brought that quote to my attention. Well,
Okay,
she also
who's
has
that
a
gal
cool
again?
Mel Robbins.
Mel Robbins, okay.
She's
She had something on there about basically procrastinators are essentially the really stressed out people too. Or at least they're super stressed out in their mind and what they perceive as stress. And so that there are times when they're like, nope, I have to not do certain things that are on my to-do lists in order to basically recharge myself to get the rest of this done.
yeah. I mean, and I don't want to fully commit to that being what she covers too,
Sure,
but that
sure.
sounds very. I would agree to that right now. That sounds awesome.
Probably shouldn't
And-
procrastinate though. You only get so much time.
That's right. But you also only have so much energy, which is
True that.
so I'm bringing it over again to Mel, where she's, if you are procrastinating, if you are having trouble doing something, if you're having trouble with step number 4, step number 1, we set a goal. Number 2, we're going to continuously make that decision to maintain that goal.
Sure, sure.
And we're going to 3, accept the challenge head on that are presented. And we're going to number 4, go through it. Well, if you're having trouble with number 4 of going through it, she suggests this quick and easy thing.
Okay.
Count backwards from 5 or 3. It bypasses the logical part of the brain.
When?
What do you mean?
When am I counting backwards from 5?
I need to do this thing. I don't want to. I need to. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you do
Lift
that thing.
off.
Yep.
There we
It
go.
Gives you. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Exactly.
That's what it
And
reminds me of. Like
yeah.
his rocket ship going on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, and there it goes
To the moon.
Yeah, to the moon. There you go.
But it does. It bypasses. She talks about it better, but it bypasses the logical part of your brain that's going to stop you and keep you there for 15 extra minutes or whatever it is. For me, it's getting out of the bed out to the gym. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gone. I'm out of the bed already. I'm already starting to make it even, right? So this is just a way to, like, if I need to do anything, procrastinating, you can actually just
Not do it. You just
backwards
say,
count
yeah.
out of it.
Right, and then
Yes.
poof, there you go.
And there
That's
you
a good
go.
way.
You're doing
What are
it.
some more like wonderful ways to get past
That was just the one that I had come
Oh,
up
that
with and to
was okay,
suggest,
yeah.
and then I also was doing a quick little plug for Mel Robbins. She's got high standards.
Yeah, most women do. They should, anyways.
In
Most
today's day
dudes
and
should
age,
too.
with the
Why
way, I mean, men are dogs.
We act like that. Yeah.
Jeez, so have those high standards, ladies. That's okay.
You make us better than too that way.
That's right.
That's fun, though.
Oh man. Okay, so I wanted to bring something to AB's attention really quick because he was curious about it, and I was talking about him before we started recording.
Lots of stuff.
That's
And
true. We're
it's
way
fun.
over schedule here,
Yeah.
but
It was light out at the beginning of the sit down, and now it's not.
I bought this awesome journal right from Amazon.
Oh yeah,
And I use my awesome pen to
Uh-huh.
write in this awesome journal.
from
would you
Amazon
imagine?
too. There, I bet.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Deals on journals for the new year. I bet.
it was.
Yeah.
It was. It was a gift I gave to myself.
There you go.
And it was called Time Book, and I really enjoy it. Anyhow, there's a part in there where we were to learn. There's suggestions for daily growth, right? We learned about planning and goal setting. and we had a quote-unquote Warren Buffett endorsed or style
He said
goal
something.
setting.
Okay.
This was. I should almost pull up. I'll just link the URL in the description here, so you can see what I'm talking about. Read the article, but essentially it's an exercise, and I was having AB do the exercise, and
Oh, sure. About what things you got to do in your life? 25 things you got to do, and then.
the most important things to do.
Okay, there we go.
The most important things that you need to do, need, want, or have to do.
Yeah.
I've using them
Is this that
interchangeably
one
here.
with the jar.
I used the jar. He's referencing a jar.
Yeah, that's a video.
In a previous podcast, I said I would come up with a great analogy for goals, and this is it. So if you can imagine a jar, we've got to fill it with our life, right? And the most important things are rocks. So we're going to put these
what we're
rocks.
filling up the jar with.
Yep, first.
The
We have to
bigger-
put the
big stuff.
Yes.
Takes up a
So
lot of our time.
This rock, bigger rock, family.
Yep.
This one, friends.
Yeah.
This one is finances.
Sure.
This one is my spirituality, right?
Yeah.
This one is my body.
And then them rocks get smaller and
This
smaller
one is
with
my
the amount
psychology.
of time. Sure. Yeah.
Right? I want to make sure that I'm
Yeah.
taking care of all of these things. And then I've got my.
Kind of like the sand left over too. There, you pour some.
You've
of that.
got the pebbles, which are your smaller, less important
Yeah,
things
but you
than
still gotta
those
put
big main
that in
things.
life, right? Yeah.
But you do need those things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got the sand, like he said, yeah. And then you got the beer.
Yeah, the beer, the water. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
It's time for beer with a friend. Yeah.
That's right. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bud.
So I used that analogy because that's so important, is to prioritize. What it does is it highlights prioritization.
Okay.
And what this is an exercise of prioritization as well. And
Uh-huh.
so what I asked AB to do, and what I'd ask you to do if you wanted to tag along with this very cool exercise, you make a quick list. 25 most important things you need to do by a certain date. I recommend doing a week, but that's because I'm in a period of my life where I'm doing things week by week.
There you go.
You might be doing things month by month. You might even be doing things minute by minute.
There you go.
It doesn't matter. I just want you to put the most important things that you need to do, want to do, have to do down on a piece of paper by a certain definite amount of time. Okay?
And then in some later podcast, you'll reveal some fun answers about all that.
No,
25
I'm going to
things.
just reveal the process to you.
Yeah.
You can click the link in the URL in the description anyhow, but essentially afterwards you circle your most important 5.
5 top ones.
The top 5. The most important 5.
Yeah, yeah.
What are the 5 most important things that you need to do this
I think
week?
breathing, eating, staying warm, probably sleeping somewhere in there in 5 days. You better, because that's pretty healthy.
No, not in days. Not in days. What are the 5 most important things out of your list? So you would circle those 5 things out of your 25, right? So now you have 21 left over.
Yeah, drinking. You better be drinking something. We were talking about that.
Right. Well,
You know, okay, all them fancy 5s there, I guess, yeah.
yeah. I mean, you
Live, breathe, eat.
Well, what
stay
if
warm,
it's
fucking
gaining
cold
weight?
out.
The main things I'm going to need to do
Better
for
laugh
gaining
more.
weight.
Better. Oh, right.
Would
If you
be-
pick yeah.
My top 5 would be to definitely lift legs, because that's going to release my growth hormone. Lift legs daily. Not daily, but I mean at least get some in once every 2 days.
So now you're talking about like squats, just
Right.
standing and
Lunges, whatever, deadlift, anything. Yeah, all sorts of. I mean, but my point being, it can be anything. Just your top 5 out of your list of 25 items. You'll pick your top 5 from there. Okay. Now here's where the twist happens, and this is where it sucks, and this is where you're not gonna like it, and nobody likes it.
All right, well,
You have 21 things left
Can't like
over.
everything, I
what
guess.
do you think you do with those 21 things?
those 21 things.
You got your top 5.
Yeah. And then you got 21 left over.
Yeah.
I don't know, you kick 3 touchdowns or something.
You just made a list of your 25 most important things. You're going to put a lot of focus into your 5. But then 21,
You gotta.
I was surprised as hell.
I don't know. You do them later, I guess. You gotta.
You avoid them
Really?
completely.
Really?
You don't touch them, you don't focus on them, you don't even give them an oomph minute, a second of your energy or your time or
Really?
your anything
Really?
until those 5 are done.
Oh, until the 5 are done.
And you can see this. So as you check one off, one of those 5, you can then slot one in. And now we're accomplishing shit. Instead of having 25 unfinished projects, I have 5 finished projects, and I'm working on the 6th.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
It virtually changed how I do things. It changed the game for me because I did have a huge problem with both procrastination and having unfinished projects. And so looking at things and being like, no, and not only no, but hell no. Now I'm able to. It's a different ball game, dude.
Nice.
It's. I know exactly how much energy I can afford to focus to each project. So I mean, that was the huge twist.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That isn't as negative or as bad as he thought, or I thought it was going to be.
Okay, cool.
You're
Good.
making it sound so. Yeah, like
I was giving it a lot of drama.
Right,
And a
little bit. That's good though.
But it does. It sucks because when you try to now go and circle those top 5, knowing that really what you're doing is eliminating everything else, you circle them differently.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to do it blindly. So sorry for the spoiler alert there. There was no alert. You're welcome.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah, the spoiler. There was no alert. Yeah. Well, that's good though.
Thanks for letting me go on that monologue there about it, but that's a very cool way to do goals. I
Yeah,
think.
that's a good way to look at that. Where it's just like, yep, you got 5, you got a bunch out there, but you can just pick the 5. When you're done with them 5, then move on to the next.
I cannot do certain things until I have hit the gym. You know, if blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, I give myself 1 day maximum. By the way, this is what the early stages are looking like. By the way, I've seen some gains, but I'll keep consistent with it.
Right on.
I'm a small person. He can attest to it.
Yeah, I've been small as long as I've known you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm committed to make some changes, and I want to tell some poetry and talk about it along the way. Have some friends along the way.
Yeah. Better have beer along the way there too.
Yeah, once in a while.
Once
There's
in a
nothing
while.
wrong with a beer.
Yeah. Oh, that was my toe. My bad.
Don't be towing me.
Yeah.
All right.
Got my feet down now.
Hey, did you know that Sigmund Freud thought that he found the cure for depression?
No, I did not. What really? What did he think that was?
Cocaine.
Oh wow. I could see maybe if you had an endless supply, but even then, no.
Exactly.
There's
Well,
still-
that's what he found out.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
It is
It's
definitely temporary. Yeah.
And what goes up must come
Down.
crashing the fuck down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he found. So it was decidedly temporary. But isn't that interesting? The founder, founder of psychology.
Sigmund Freud. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
thought
he was on a few uppers at times. Sounds like.
I found that out in a YouTube video today. AB, it was essentially that depressed people tend to like stimulants, and anxious people tend to like depressants. So I found it very intriguing that alcohol, a depressant, and tobacco, a stimulant, are so widely consumed.
Yeah.
Food for thought, people. That was it's just in
So
passing.
the underlying
Connect
issue is
whatever
just like,
thoughts
you
want.
got to go take them meds then, huh? Or do we just like continue to fight with the?
Don't take these drugs. Take these ones.
Yeah. So that's not the problem, man.
I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe.
underlying problem is like, just you got to change your thought process, right? That's really the only thing that we truly have control over is the way that we think.
And the way we use our time. I think
And that too.
that is
But
true.
sometimes not necessarily the way we use our time. I don't think we have control over time. I don't think we have control over what we do here either. To a degree, yes, maybe. But I mean, you can still be on the way to work and get a flat tire. That means you had no control, that you were absolutely thinking before that flat tire you were going to make it there on time, and then poof, not. Or whatever. Somebody's stuck on the side of the road and you decide to help them out. That still makes you that much later to the next place. So we don't have control over time. We have control over what what our actions are throughout the day. Don't get me wrong there. But at the beginning of the day, if we think we know how our day is going to go, that's absolutely incorrect. To say that we want to accomplish these things, we could accomplish the goals in the day for sure.
Yeah.
But we are not going to keep that timeline in.
You're
in
not
there
going to
either.
predict it, right?
No. And maybe by the time it gets to that you know, 24th or 25th item on your list or whatever, you're like, I don't have any energy left. Like I got,
That's right.
you know, yeah.
Jim Quick talks about this, about you only have so much capacity to make so many decisions throughout the day.
Yeah, yeah,
You can only cut off from so many possibilities throughout the day. I find that very interesting.
yeah.
Before all of the possibilities just start to,
Rolling
you
in.
just
yeah.
you just start flowing with the river of possibilities.
Right, and hopefully you're happy along the way. I mean, that's the thing too.
that is a huge thing.
Yeah,
Maybe. I
living,
think that was
loving.
your goal, right? You mentioned
Yeah,
that being your
definitely
goal
want to
for-
be happier, laugh more, live more. Yeah,
I think that's a huge thing, and you know, okay, I saw
and have
this
more chocolate.
this quick video on YouTube. It was the 5 things not to do when depressed. I'm just referencing it because I'm connecting and relating some info I
Sure,
found
sure.
there. But
Want chocolate?
I would like some. This guy was interesting. He had a cool video. I think I'll link him as well. I'm gonna have a shitload of links. You can just enjoy the abundance of people talking at you about some healthy stuff to think about.
Along with us, I hope.
That's true. We'd love any feedback.
Our link
too.
is down below too, if you haven't noticed. It'll just restart the video.
Our link's at the end. It looks like this. Oh man. No, okay. Just know that resistance is going to happen the second that you make a decision, and that resistance is good, and we think of it like a weight. I think of it like a weight in the weight room. You're using that resistance to make yourself better.
There you go. That's a good way to look at that.
All
You
the time.
Use basically
It's
the weight of the world to improve yourself.
tackling
Instead of it-
fuel.
Tackling fuel. Yeah, that is a good one.
You know?
It's,
You can use it. You can use it to use the pain. You're going to get it anyway. Pain is going to come all the time, all the way. So, use it. It's for you. That pain was given to you. How about that?
there you go.
That's a whole new one, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you. You don't have to have that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's good. I got my little trash deal going on there too. I do have one more, and it's been there for a while, and I don't want it to
Does it take 5?
Yeah.
I want it.
Oh,
Or do you want it?
I mean,
Yeah, it's delicious. Go ahead. I have a whole bag.
well, I
Have a whole
yeah,
bag.
I was gonna say that was the last one I had in my pocket.
Yeah, eat up, buddy.
Oh, I got some in my sweatshirt now. Damn chocolate.
I'm learning. I'm talking about a lot of things that I'm just learning now. These are also documentations for me to come back to.
So you
it
having a
sounds
good
like I
2019 then?
think I know a lot
You
of
got-
shit, but
yeah, well,
you know, I'm
Are you
just
doing a
trying
lot
to
of
put a
stuff?
good foot forward. That's
Right.
all, people. What am I having a good 2019? So far, I'm. Oh, thanks, guy. No way. Thank you.
Take 5. It's like chocolate covered. Well, it's a pretzel and caramel.
There's gotta be caramel in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something else too.
Pretzel, right?
The pretzel,
Or
the caramel, but there's like some other.
there's gonna be salt on there, huh? Hi. Pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Read it.
Oh, yeah. Got 50 million. different-
Peanut butter. You were
Peanut butter,
right.
too, there, yeah.
You were right. Whoa. 5-layer bar. That's why I take 5.
5, yeah. So what is it? Pretzel, chocolate, caramel, peanut butter,
And peanuts.
and peanuts. Cool.
I can say those are damn good.
Mm-hmm. Count
Holy
to 5.
shit.
Too. That's that cool. Count to 5. You want to do something? Count to 5.
Oh yeah,
Take
that's
5.
right. Take 5. Hey, good. Thank you for that. That's really nice.
That's cool, ain't it?
I agree. Well, let me see here. I think we are running pretty long again today.
About 30 minutes.
Yeah, my goodness. But it was the first time I had an addition.
Oh, no, this is your third one now, ain't it?
Yeah, that's
you had 2
true.
other people on your other one? Oh,
No, it was just
my
me.
video just quit too at 30 minutes.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got that one.
I'll start it again.
Oh, okay, thanks. Shit, what's going on now? Breaking shit. I don't have a damn clue. Oh, I'm sure it is.
Okay. Got it. It's good.
Cool.
Found
All
it.
right. Yeah, well.
So you had a poem you're gonna read, or you want to talk about some more fun stuff, or I don't know what else is good. I don't know. Super Bowl's coming up because I got the Colts thing on, so I like watching football.
Yeah, who is in? I have been totally removed. I have put my head down and hit the gym and hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
And
New England Patriots.
Of course.
And
Why
the recently named Los Angeles Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
going to be going for the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay, is that just not unique?
No, I
thing
don't
to
know.
say
I
or
mean,
what?
no, I would literally say I think there is like a vast majority of the country or NFL fans I think are going for the Rams.
Really?
because
Okay.
Tom Brady and Belichick. I mean, they have so many
Just
damn
annoyed almost.
everything. Yeah.
You can just hear. I mean,
I think going for the Patriots.
really.
Yeah, coming from Indianapolis too, the Patriots can basically screw off. Like I really
Fucking
dislike
Super
them.
Bowl's
Like
gonna
even
be sponsored by the Patriots
right,
coming up.
but they can just win, and then Belichick can retire, and Brady can retire, and Gronkowski can retire, and that whole NFL,
Yeah, okay.
like that whole side of New England, can just be gone, and they'll never be a dynasty again ever, and no, they'll never win playoff games ever. And then Indianapolis Colts on the AFC side, they just roll in. They're like, yep, guess who? Now we're running this for the next 10 years. We're at a dynasty.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew Luck and Mr. Reich there too,
You know,
Coach Reich.
I think that Bison should just go fucking professional.
Oh, there was a stat going around in that poll. If you're interested in them jumping to the next division type of deal, or why are we asking about should they go to the division, or yes or hell no, or like yeah, but it was like yeah, for the
Yeah.
majority of it, sounded like it was. I think it's so screwed up the way it is, like every division of what the next ones are type of thing, and then they're
Where are we at a division?
the
Sorry,
lowest
what is-
ones because basically it comes down to our stadium apparently. The
What?
NDSU, yeah. You,
Bison is in the lowest division.
one of the lower ones, not the lowest one, but like the when it's Midwest Conference. There's
That's crazy.
acronyms of the
I'm sure,
college
yep.
league that I don't
I don't
pay attention
either.
enough to, but
I hear you.
I mean, they're not like the Big Ten or the East Division, whatever the hell. It's like we're like I love North Dakota. Don't get me wrong. This is but it's like we're like the flyover states. Like we don't have
Yeah, I
enough
know what you
population to
Yeah.
know what real football is or whatever.
Aw,
It's
for
like
fuck's sake.
kind of thing. Yeah, it's like, but yeah, I mean, you go from, 80,000, 100,000 people in a stadium to, it's like, 3, 4, 5,000 maybe we can, get in there. It's like, oh yeah. So I mean, some of these colleges are, whew,
Yeah,
yeah. So it's like it really comes down to that. Like, yeah, we don't have the population really to be able to say, hey guys, would you like us spending your tax money or the money that you give us to build a new stadium so that we can be on bigger networks and more TV there's more basically than advertising and dollars for that school, that college. It doesn't go back necessarily to the community unless the community is using the college. But how many times are people that are like living in that city now have like fucking 100 kids that just every year they're like one's graduating high school and going to NDSU, next one next year, or 2 years later. It's like it's not on repeat, for how many kids are growing up in the area that are going to that same college or school or whatever. So it's like, at certain points it's okay, but like, yeah, where do you draw that line at being like, okay, well, how much are everybody in the city going to be able to pay for this event that they don't really have a part of? They're happy that they do well, and they're happy that they're on the map and everything. So, like, that's always a plus. But as far as, like, the real reason that money should be going there is so that people at that place have a better education, basically a better knowledge of what the world is going to be like when they get away from where they're at so that they can be productive members of society and, adult-like and have fun and, shine that light that they have on the rest of the world type of deal as well, to a degree.
You're talking about the stadium at that college,
Right, the stadium. Instead of
So
basically putting
highlighting the
tax
college
money
and-
into basically a building that says we're housing this event, I'd rather put it towards the people that would educate, or the
yeah.
comfortable seats that they're sitting in, or
Hey, you could have it be a stadium. That's fine. Just have it be for hockey instead, and that shit goes.
I mean, yeah,
It's
we are
just
from
fun.
this far north where there's a lot of hockey played.
It's
too.
hockey up here, man.
It is
It's I mean, I think it's what is it, Bama, Alabama down there, and in Texas. You know, that's what you're talking about. That's the football
Some of
country.
them, oh yeah.
Yeah.
The further south you go, the bigger, or towards the East
Oh, I
Coast over
guess,
there too.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's a big one, yeah.
Yeah. My coworker, big Sooners fan. Oh yeah.
The Sooners,
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it's
again,
very entertaining. I
but
appreciate
we got
it much more.
we got
so.
winters up here and snow. That's where that's a big deter factor of football. It's like, hey, you guys could play football for like 3 months. You know,
Yeah, that's
good
it.
luck.
And then bye. Yeah, good luck too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of football, real quick, have you ever checked out the LFL?
Oh, that's a new like Vince McMahon or something or some wrestler, isn't it? Or
I don't know who started it
Yeah,
at
what?
all. I
Oh.
don't know much of it at all.
Okay.
I know that it started as the Lingerie Football League.
Oh, it's that. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm
And-
not. I'm thinking of something maybe different. Too.
Okay, yeah, you might be. Well, it
But
started
yeah, it's
as
the
that.
cheerleader football. I think I know. I hear
And
that. Yeah.
it has developed and evolved since being lingerie.
Sure.
And it is now. It was real skimpy, kind of. It
Yeah,
still
it
is
better
very,
be.
very appealing. But I mean, I'd say it's much more respectable than goddamn lingerie. You know what I mean? It's like a respectable game. And these ladies, the thing I love about it, the thing I don't like about the NFL is they're getting paid a bunch of money, it's unfathomable about amounts of money that I mean, you know, not like the MLB, but I mean, definitely, yeah, you're getting close. Anyway,
Right.
large amounts of money.
Hundreds of millions.
To the point where I just can't fathom having that, amount of like
Well, what did they say too? In 2018,
securities
it was
and
like
influence
the
and all
top
that with the
28
monies.
billionaires, like the top 28 richest people in the world, would made up for the top 37.5 or 38 billion Americans. Like it only took less than 30 richest people to come up with the same amount as almost like 40 billion people, 37 billion people. That's billion people.
That's yeah.
So those 37
Well,
billion
distribution.
people, like on planet, or they like have only $1 or $2. I mean, that's $37 billion. That oh my god, that's
It's not very balanced out.
not at all.
And
Not
it-
at all.
It not at all. It is bothersome, but I mean, it is a fact of how it's going, and I guess I'm not trying to get too hung up on
Right.
that,
on that
part of it.
right? We did
But
yeah.
like the incentive to play better, the
Yep.
incentive to put on a great show,
Yep.
for what it is, right? It's an entertainment thing.
Sure.
I'd say is lacking
Yeah.
in that you're overpaying. So in
Okay.
LFL, I understand
Oh, right,
that
yep.
they're paying not nearly that.
No, they
and so
wouldn't be.
these women they're very athletic. They love the game. They
Okay.
Are
Doing it for the
they-
passion right away
The
then.
passion,
And then
that
hopefully it
is
does
so
well.
attractive. In that drew me in very much so. So check it out. That's all on YouTube, by the way.
Yes.
And I think the first game is in April.
Aha.
So we're running really low on my battery life here, man.
All
I
right,
got
so we
6%, so I do have to rock my poem.
Hey, you're the
probably,
boss.
do a closeout.
You're the one with the
I'm
laptop.
trying to
Yep.
do something new here, and well, AB, hoopsie doodle.
That's
They're
all
gonna
good.
look you up now
Or just
on the
call me.
internet.
Oh, really?
I called you by your name.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay, you guys. Well,
we can edit that out then too.
yeah, I suppose just
Whatever.
do a little fucking beep.
Whatever. Right. yeah, that too. Yeah. So you got a poem though,
Yeah, I do.
because we're on your podcast with the poetry deal.
Yeah, the positive
was-
the positive poetry podcast.
Positive. Gotta think positive off from Boston over there.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thank you guys again for listening. Again, this has been Andrew and my friend AB. He'll probably
It was
be
a
back
pleasure.
again,
We'll figure something out somewhere down the line for sure.
whichever way the wind blows, man.
Right.
Cool.
Usually from the northwest.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, I can read, but I can't make. I can see, but I can't shake. The feeling that I'm falling further and further behind. But I believe in something strong, and like the lyrics of a song, I could dance and sing along. I've got to move before I'm dead, and I can see the world ahead. and leave my cold indifference further and further behind.